All right, and so up next we got a light heavyweight bout. I'm actually personally very excited about this one. I know we've previewed this guy a few times and just never got to see him fight, so I'm finally excited for this one. But we got the South African in Dalcha Lungiambula, and he's taking on the Brazilian and Markus Perez. So Dalcha, we've touched on a few times before. He was supposed to take on Carl Robertson a few times, and back in December was his most recent one. But alas, COVID did his thing, and we were robbed of that one. So, he sports a 10-2 record, 1-1 in the UFC. He did win that debut against Daquan Townsend, which is no joke. But then he did lose by kicks in the third round to Magomed Ankalaev. So he's going to be looking to bounce back from that one. Perez on the flip side, he rocks that 12-4 record, but he's only 2-4 in the UFC. We saw him lose to Du Plessis back in October with KO in the first round. But he's going to be looking to bounce back here. I think it's going to be a tough fight for him. And anytime I see this name, I got to mention it. But he also did beat High Knees back in 2017, which stood out to me. What do you see here, my man?
Yeah, so if you remember, Du Plessis was one of the fights that we were heavily on. That was his debut, and he came out strong. He looked really good, like at the weigh-ins. He looked good in the fight. I mean, it was just a matter of time. It looked like a tough fight in the beginning. Perez was able to bring that veteran presence. I think he moved around the octagon really well. He likes to use his kicks. He has like long, strong, powerful kicks like that. He kind of looks like Wanderlei Silva for some reason to me, but in some ways, just face-wise. But, strong body kicks, that kind of thing. I think he's able to push the pace a little bit, give that, very, like I said, raw, old style of fighting. But the one thing where I think Lungiambula is going to have to kind of changed up a little bit is not push the pace so hard, maybe try to be smart with that energy. I think if he can do what he does for, say, maybe almost 3 rounds, if he doesn't get that early finish or anything like that, it's going to set him up well to either get the decision or even maybe get a finish late in the fight. I think Perez, despite getting knocked out early against Du Plessis, he's a fairly durable fighter in some senses. And I just think that if you're trying to look at gameplay and that kind of thing, the one area where I would say is if Lungiambula has the energy that he kind of brings that first round and not rush in so much and kind of push that semi-hard pace for, say, the first few rounds, but still have that energy to go hard. He's got the power. So I think as long as that technique stays there with the energy and the gas tank there, he's going to look really good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, great advice for him if he's listening. But, don't blow your load in the first 2 minutes of this fight, and you should get some success for sure. In terms of lines, who do you see as the favorite here?
That's the thing, right? We haven't seen this guy fight, since 2019, and there was 3 times that fights fell out when he lost. He lost to an absolute beast in Ankalaev. So I still think this guy is the real deal, and this is a fight where he has every opportunity to win, especially based on what I said. So I do believe he is the favorite, and I'm going to go with a line of, I think I convinced myself to go a little higher. No, you know what? Original gut, minus 290.
Whoo! Even that is high, my friend.
Okay.
He actually opened at minus 150.
Okay.
Dalcha did here.
Okay.
And live line, he's actually dropped. It's minus 138 right now. So they're pretty much coining this as a pick'em here.
And you can see, even based on my description, right? Like gameplay wise, like there's just so much opportunity there in those late rounds for Perez to kind of use that experience to maybe sneak something in, whether it's, the last 1.5 rounds of points or even some kind of, sneaky finish. But, I'm not going to lie, Pies, I still love that line. I love it.
Me too. Yeah, it makes me want to take Dalcha right now.
100%. It really is something to consider. We'll be in touch.
Yeah, especially at a minus 138. Yeah, we will definitely be in touch. That wraps up UFC Fight Island 8. Make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that bell button. All our information's below. Instagram, Twitter. Give us a follow, like, subscribe, shoot us comments. Whatever you need. Anything else you want to plug here, Siraj?
I mean, plenty of dogs on this card, so it might not be as exciting as some of the picks that we released for the upcoming card on Saturday, but keep an eye out. This card is a lot of fun fights. Forget the gambling stuff. This is a very fun card to watch. You got 2 contenders, headlining, and like Pi said, follow. We got plenty of MMA stuff coming out, and as always, man, it's always a pleasure, man. Love doing this shit with you. Can't wait to keep going.
Likewise, brother. And yeah, like you said, man, we get this on a Wednesday. It's a real treat. We're going to have to sacrifice watching the challenge that night. But, we get a nice UFC treat on a Wednesday. So enjoy it. And yeah, always a pleasure, brother.
My man, take it easy. Peace.
Later.